What would you say has been the biggest lesson being a mommy has taught you?
Oh my gosh.
Because business ain't got nothing on being a mommy.
So I did not want to be a mother.
Really?
I did not.
You said, like, I don't want to have kids.
Yeah. Everybody in my life knew I did not want to have kids.
Why?
And
Why did you not want to have kids?
Well, what I know now is that it was really like trauma based.
Okay.
Because I was a child of a single mom. Like, my mom was a single mom, and I never wanted to be a single mom. And I just didn't trust that if I had a baby with somebody, I wasn't going to end up being a single mom. And so I was like, well, to prevent that, I'm just not going to
have
become
any
a mom.
kids.
Right. And so that fear wasn't really alleviated until I met my husband. And I was just like, wow. And really it was because my bonus daughters, who are now 20, they were like 13 going on 14 when we got together, because I got to mother them, I just fell in love with the experience. And I tell them all the time, if it were not for them, I would not have your brother at all, because I was petrified of motherhood. And so I think the thing that I have learned about motherhood is that it teaches you so much. They are little teachers. And to look at how he looks at life, being so new and everything is so exciting. And he wakes up every morning and he's like, Mommy, I feel good. Mommy, are you happy? I'm like, yes, I'm happy. And I work every day to be able to give him an honest answer of whether or not I'm happy. And so he really keeps me grounded. He allows me to see the world through just pure eyes.
Innocence.
It's so beautiful. Yeah. And I love being able to see it up close in this way. He's the first child I've ever he was the first diaper I changed. He was the first everything.
So you was really like, I'm not doing it. I'm not about this life.
I detested children before I had my own.
You know, so I was watching some reality show and it was like a dating show, and the woman was saying, like, I don't want to have kids, and it boiled down to her childhood. Mm-hmm. And she had such a traumatic childhood, whatever happened to her, that she just did not want to do that to another child, or, you know, for someone else to experience that. And so I do think, you know, that a lot of times it really just takes some unpacking of what the root is, because most women don't just like hate kids. It's just like these thoughts that we have associated to us having to be a mother, the stress we saw our mothers under that we don't want to experience. So I think a lot of times it's like those underlying things that we just don't give ourselves time and space to really work through. So I never said that I didn't want to have kids. I've always wanted to have a lot of kids. But what I did say is, miss me with the step kids. So let's talk about these bonus kids, because a lot of my ladies are, you know, 30 plus, where a lot of these men are coming with some bonuses, right? You said that you had a really great experience with your bonus daughters.
Yep.
They didn't ever give you hell. Never even from the beginning.
No.
Wow.
And also, my husband broke all my rules. So you know how you had a list when you're
all
single?
The things you're not gonna do. Mm-hmm.
He was none of them things on that list, and definitely one of the things that I did not want was a man with kids. I never even dated a man with kids before him. So not only did I like go from not dating anyone
0
ever
to 100
with kids,
real quick.
Yes, and then 2 weeks after we got married, they moved in with us. So,
shut up.
Yes, for the
so
summer.
Where's their mother?
Their mother's around. She's a part of the village.
And she just said, go live with them?
It was for a period of time.
Okay.
But
we
she
really
was
getting in your business.
I'm
sorry.
It's
really
fine.
Intrigued by this.
No, she was in transition, and she said, hey, can the girls come and live with you? Absolutely.
Wow.
Like, we village it up. So we do whatever we have to do,
that.
you know, for the kids. It was never any drama with her. You know, we have supported all of the kids. She has another son. We treat him like he's one of ours too. So, you know, it's really about community. We're very, very big on just being a village and being a community. And so, no, the girls never gave me hell. And like I said, it was the blessing I didn't know I needed, because being able to be a mother figure for them really made me know, A, that I could do it.
That you had it in you.
Yes. And B, that it wasn't as frightening as I thought, because I was so like paralyzed with the fear of like the unknown, and you can't go back, right? So if I had a kid, it's like,
he's here.
I'm in it. I'm in
here.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was the biggest blessing for me, because it really allowed me to expand my perspective.
What is your advice? Because again, you know, we be having these lists. We be saying, well, we're not going to do it, dear. Here we are. We doing it. So for someone who might find that their one comes with 1 or 2 that they weren't expecting, what's your advice? Because that's a very mature mindset, that this is a village, it really truly is about the kids, what would be your advice for someone who may be struggling in a situation, dealing with their spouse or their mate having children?
I always think about it like I said, I was a single. My mom was
product of a single mother,
right?
Yeah.
So, and my mom did not date the entire time that I was growing up.
Was she secretly dating you?
She was secretly dating because she didn't want
That's
me
what
to.
They be doing.
They be secretly dating. They was secretly dating. But I respect it.
We know Mr. Joe was more than just a handyman.
Exactly. But one thing I knew for a fact is that if she did eventually remarry, but one thing that I knew is that we were a package deal, and anyone that was going to come into her life was going to have to not only accept me but love me as well and treat me like their own. And so my advice would be, take inventory for yourself if this is something you can really do, because it's not going to change. They're going to be his kids forever, right? And I think a lot of times our lists keep us single because, like I said, my husband was most of the things that were on my list, he was not. Very, very important things that I wanted, but I married my husband for his character. I married my husband because I was told to by God. And so to me, you have to be in your knowingness. And I used to hate when people would say this to me when I was single, but you do know when you know. Meaning when the man actually comes along, you're not going to care if he come with 2 kids or not, because your soul knows that this is your person. And if you're willing to let the fact that he had a life before you and y'all 30, 40 going on into later life, then that's going to be on you, sis.
You're going to miss your blessing.
You're going to miss your blessing.
Listen, let me say it again. Your list might be keeping you single, okay? We be coming up with all of these willy-nilly silly things that we think we need, we think we want, and a lot of what we want is literally the opposite of what we need.
Correct.
So you are literally proof of that. I love it. Mm-hmm. So if there's anybody we can be learning about manifestation from, it's homegirl that got married on the first, got engaged on the first date. Okay, so you have transitioned into life coaching.
Yes.
What is define what a life coach is, because in my mind, like, I understand a therapist, I understand a business coach. Where does a life coach fit in?
I like to think of a life coach as like your A-team, right? Like part of, you should have a therapist, right? We're different. Therapists are really going to help you kind of dig into the root of things and like, where does this come from type of thing. I'm really future and now focused. So I'm going to deal with you from the perspective of, you can have everything that you want and all of your power is in the now, and getting you to understand who you are first and foremost, and then driving you to a place very much like a coach. Like if you've ever played any sports, and a good coach is going to be able to bring out the best in you when you don't see it in yourself. So I like to think of myself as, like that. I'm Phil Jackson, right? I'm bringing out the best, something that's already in you. And because my spiritual gift is vision, I can see things for people and feel into things for people that they are having trouble getting clarity on for themselves.